Oh no! It's AI! AI! You know what? I got a message today from who was it? MMX, Money Metals Exchange, or SD Bullion? One of them. Let me check here real quick. It was from Money Metals Exchange saying the YouTube Asian guy, AI bot, spooks metals investors. And the title of the article was YouTube Asian Guy AI Bot Spooks Investors with Nonsense Claims. So we're going to just talk about that a little bit. But I got two packages to open. Yeah. And I got the shade drawn open because it's sunny out, 37 degrees. Yeah, the wind's blowing a little bit. But that actually stimulates the buds in the top of the trees, of the maple trees, and that wind actually brings that sap up. It moves around that warm air or warmer air. So if it stays like this another day or two, where it's above freezing during the day and it's freezing at night, I'm going to be tapping trees there. Hey, Walter, how are you, buddy? Doing all right. I got a guy that called me this morning, and I was still in bed. It was about 8 o'clock because I don't go to bed till 2 or whatever. And I was on with Kiwi last night. So, 13 hours time difference there. So it would have been 2 o'clock in the morning for me, would have been about 2, 3 in the afternoon for him. So I didn't go to bed. Anyway, got that call at 8 o'clock this morning. Guy calls me and says, you want to skin a coyote? Not really. Why don't you call my brother because he's skinning coyotes right now. And so he called my brother and he called me back and he says, your brother doesn't want to skin the coyote. I said, oh, why not? He says, well, he's got too many. I said, yeah, I can skin it. I got to configure some stuff around here to skin it because skinning coyote's not the easiest thing. You actually need to have some pulling pressure on them. You can do it by hand, but it's going to take you a while. Anyway, we got it skinned. It took me a little bit. I haven't skinned anything for quite a while. And I didn't have the machine anymore because my brother has it now. And so we got it skinned. I took the carcass, the hide, and what else I take over to them? Oh, they brought me a skunk too. And so I was going to give that to my brother. So I took everything over there, and he's skinning coyotes. And he said like there's 18 or 20 of them he's got to do yet. He'll skin a couple, open them up, take them over to the machine, pull them down, and then bring them back to the other place, the other shop, and he'll scrape them and put them on stretchers. I said, well, I got one here in a bag. It needs to be scraped and put on a stretcher, and then charge Lumpy for doing it. Lumpy, that's his nickname. And maybe I should close the shade a little bit, but so we got and he's a neighbor, I've done a lot of stuff with him before, bought guns from him. I've done, a lot of stuff. I go over in the fall and I get loose hay from him because he does a hay bale trucking business. And he has sheds full of big round bales or big square bales, even little square bales yet. And I go over and get the loose stuff. I scrape up these floors for him, and I put it over. Hey, Sheet, how are you doing, buddy? Did I tell you the other day that pay dirt you sent me? I sampled that, and I had a pretty good buzz for about a couple hours. That was just a couple of tokes off that. Well, not bad. That was not bad at all. Thank you very much for that. Anyway, where the hell was I? We got it skinned. I got that stuff over to my brother's. He's got like 20 more to do, but he tried. The guy tried to pay me. I said, I don't want your money, because I've known you for a long time. And he slid a goddamn 20 into my toolbox, and I didn't notice it. So And then he left his coffee cup here too. Anyway, so that was this morning. I just got back from my brother's and got the mail, and I got a couple of packages. I got one from MLZB, and I got one from Angry Warrior Tackle Box. So we got to open that up. I know what this one is. I'm not sure what this one is anymore. I do buy some stuff from MLZB. Hi, Lisa. Quite a little bit. So, yeah, the big thing was the AI bot, the Chinese guy AI bot on YouTube spreading false information. Well, he's spreading some false information, but he's also spreading some truth. And what MMX called it was half truths. Well, maybe, maybe not. You have to research stuff further instead of just taking this guy's word for it. And I'm not real sure, but I think AI is going to be the death of humanity. It's just, yeah. It's going to kill us off. Unless we find another planet to go to, and I think that's what they got in mind. Us colonizing other planets, just like the people that came here and started the human race. We just started another race of beings. And when AI becomes fully sentient and starts to think for itself and reason, we're done. So that's why we're going to a different planet. So anyway, what I was doing this morning was looking at my Canadian nickel books and seeing I have to make lists of what I need now. I got to look. And I had all this gold laid out on the table. I think I had 3.5 ounces of gold laid out on the table. And it's all in grams, half grams, 5 grams, 2.5 gram bars. And doing a deal with MLZB, if we can get it done. He seems to not want to check his email too much. Busy man, I know, busy man, but I want to get that deal done. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I had to go skin a coyote this morning, and I haven't skinned a coyote in, geez, I don't know, 8-10 years probably. I expect, maybe not quite that far, but yeah, 8 years anyway. And so that, and I didn't have the appropriate equipment, and that took a little bit out of me. I don't know how some guys can skin multiple coyotes by hand in a row, but it's difficult. Coyotes are one of the most difficult things to skin, in my opinion. There has to be constant pressure on that hide, and you have to cut around. There's not much pulling to a coyote. You got to do a lot of knife work if you don't have a machine to actually pull, which I did make. I made a machine to do that, but when I quit skinning commercially, I sold it to my brother. Now he has it. Anyway, that's the way that goes. What I got? A little bit of Copenhagen. Yep, a little bit of Copenhagen right there. All right. I'll put the camera down toward the desk here, and we will open this up and see what we got. I'm pretty sure. Let me get some coin stands over here. I got a few coin stands. We'll get them over here too, because we're gonna have to set stuff up so you can look at it. All right, camera. Yeah, and there we go. I might have to put that up just a little bit. Yeah, about right there. That looks good. All right, move these back out of the way. We'll get. What happened there? I don't know. Hit the mouse. Something happened. Well, let's open this one up from Angry, because I know exactly what this is. So let me see. Which way did you do this? You did it like this. I know exactly what this is. we're going to have something from my collection right here. We'll see what he put it in. Capsule, hopefully. Yeah, a little plastic bag and a capsule. Holy crap, man. Big enough plastic bag. And see, he had that set aside for me, so. And he's just like me. I forget about stuff. I forgot I had him put this away for me until he mentioned it. I said, oh shit, I gotta pay for that. I spent too much on these when silver was high. So, guess what this is? There you go. It's a maple leaf with a privy, a buffalo privy. I did not have this one, and I wanted it, and I paid for it. I paid for it. See the buffalo privy? Yep. All right, we'll put that one right there. And we'll have to bring them up here just a little ways. And then the other one, put this bag away because I don't need that. This can get thrown. And then this one, I collect. Also, when I tell you I don't collect too much stuff, I do collect Canadian and I do collect Draper Mint stuff. And you know them better as Swiss of America. I wish I could find some more of their bars, but they're 1, 5, 10 ounce bars that they made. But these are 80s, 70s, 80s stuff. There we go. Okay. I think this one is different than the one I got. I have another Rolo or two that are different than this one. This one says the Golden West. That's a Tetons. I didn't have this Rolo. So I needed it. I needed it real bad. But I paid for it. So the Golden West, the Tetons. That's neat. I did not have that one. I have some 1 ounce rounds. I have a couple of Rolos, but they're different. They have the Swiss on. So that's neat. I like that. All right, let's see what MLZB sent me. Yeah, we'll bring these up a little bit closer as soon as I get this package opened up. Get this stuff out of here. Come on, you. Come on. There you go. And I got some more stuff coming from MLZB. Always got stuff coming from him. It seems like from him and Cash Money. Yeah, gonna have to open this one up because he tapes everything in there really well. Yeah, he taped her in there. That's what I like to see that. There we go. I think that trash can go out there pretty quick. And then we got this one. Yeah, this one's going in trash too, looks like. Because he reused this one. And there we go. What else we got in there? Ah, look. All right. First thing we got. Let's bring this up here. We got one of them little 1/1000th gold card things. I got 3, 4 of these now. Might have got this from Jenny, I think, probably. Oh, let's see here. There, like that, so you can see it. Nui, 1/1000 troy ounce. And this is the whiskey barrel. American whiskey. I don't know if you can see what's on that thing or not, but I think if I turn it like this, maybe, yeah, bourbon. It says a bourbon barrel and bourbon glass. These are some little bitty coins, buddy. There you can see it's Nui and whatever. Those are neat. I don't. Yeah, if I can get them, I don't know. Let me see. Okay. We got some other stuff here, and let's look at this one first because this is probably, if I got it from MLZB, it's probably Reckless, but it says a quarter of an ounce. But it's 21 of 50. That is that one. I kind of like that one. With the vampire teeth in the skull. I kind of like that one. Well, he says it's a quarter of an ounce, but you know what? It feels heavier than that to me. So what we're going to do is break out the scale here. Now remember, we're going to be weighing it with the plastic on it. So come on, turn on. There you go. Grams. I tell you, but that's 46.16 grams. So that's heavier than a quarter of a troy ounce. Does that not say quarter of a troy ounce? Does that not say that? Or am I reading something stupid? Let's turn the scale to ounces. Okay. I got 1.628 ounces. So I don't know what the hell that is on the backside, but it sure ain't no quarter of an ounce. 1.6 ounces. I wonder if that means 1.4 ounces. And the period is right at the end of that 4. Look at that. That's what it is. Come on. Focus, bitch. See the period right there at the end of the 4? If you get it real close. See, that looks like a line if you're looking at it a little bit further away, but that's 1.4. I see. Yes, it's 37 here today. It was 36 yesterday. And it freezes at night. And if it stays this way for another day or two, I am going to be tapping trees. But yeah, that's I like that one. I really do like that one. All right, what else we got here? Let's look at some other stuff. Let's put this one back there. This week. Wait on those two. I'll bet you $20 these are half ounces though. Now I think I have more Reckless than anything. Angry. I think I have more Reckless than you. And I think I have more Reckless than Ginger. Because you three are in the top of what I got for pours. See, what is that one? I can't see it without, oh, it's a Haley bug. Great, I need some more Haley bugs. I didn't have enough of them. What do we have? We have the flaking ship. I like that one. I did like that one. And then what do we got here? I have to look on them on camera with you guys because I can't see the damn things. Upside down Haley bug. Yep, they're half ounces. That's what I thought they were. Come on. What is this one? Oh, there it is. That one don't look bad. I like that one with the eye patch. And the two knives. Yep, I like them. Good. Let's see. We put those little babies on a stand or no? Will they fit? Oh, yeah, they'll fit. Well, one will anyway. Let's see if this other one will. Where's the hat? It's dark in here, so I can't really see. Oh, there it is. It's got to go like that. Nope, that one won't fit on there. And so, I don't know. Can we set it up on one? Nope, that won't fit either. Here's what we'll do. We'll put the whiskey barrel to the side of it, and we'll see if that'll fit in there. Nope, still won't fit. Oh, well. That's the way that goes. And what we got here? A couple more half ounces, probably. I get some decent deals from MLZB and all right, what do we got here? This one looks interesting. I don't know what it is, but it looks interesting. It's older. Republic of what? Liberia. Republic of Liberia. So I got a just some silver bullion then. 1960, 50 cents. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look and see what those are. Well, let's see. Bring the scale over here again. We'll see. Back up here to grams. Back up there to grams. It's 10.17 grams. So that's a third of an ounce. And this one is is that British? I don't know. It could be British. It's Elizabeth II. So it is the Howling Wolf 50-cent piece. And I try to get all these 67s that I can. They're the commemoratives. So the Rock Dove pennies, the Sailing Boat dime. It's the Jackrabbit nickel and Howling Coyote or wolf. Looks like a coyote to me, but it's a wolf. 50-cent pieces, and the dollars were what? I don't know if they were maples. I have to look. Or were they the Charlottetown, Quebec ones? I think they were. Not sure. What do these weigh anyway? See, those weigh 11.62. So altogether, you got about. Well, let's see. Put it all together. Altogether, you got 21.8 grams. So you're just 10. You got two-thirds of an ounce. 2/3 of an ounce. So I don't mind. I don't mind that. You get stuff at below spot or right at spot. I'll take it. And I'm sure this is auction stuff here. Let's see. Let's put the maple on this stand. Put the maple on that stand. And we'll put the whiskey over there and this over here. I'll put that Haley bug in front of that one. And then we'll go like that. And we'll do our little howling coyote. Just like that. And then we'll bring it up there just like that. Now you can see what we got, I think. Except take the glare off it. Take the glare off of you. It's not bad. That's not bad. We don't have that much glare on it. All right. There is what we got for mail today. And I know I bought something last night from MLZB. That should even the numbers out. Well, I want to get an SR71 yet. And I don't think you've ever done a DC3. Yeah, Coin Op is live tonight. I don't know what I got to do yet tonight. Damn, with the weather like this, it's very hard to determine how much wood I need in my outdoor wood burner. Usually I fill it up at night and it lasts until 5 o'clock the next afternoon. And then you fill her up again. But with what I'm burning right now, and I'm burning old cottonwood, I mean, it's actually falling apart cottonwood and makes a lot of ash. So I have to clean out the stove usually once every 2 weeks. With that old cottonwood in there burning, I got to clean that shit out just about every other day. So, yeah, springtime is not the best time for burning. And we got to also watch the weather, watch the forecast, because it's sapping time. February, March, usually it's in February when we start sapping. It was last year. So I think it was about this time of year. But then, you know, you tap the trees and then it freezes again. And then it won't sap until whenever for another 2 weeks. So it's got constantly watching the weather. You're constantly getting stuff ready to go. And if you do tap trees, then you're kind of screwed because nothing's going to sap. So you can't put out sap buckets because the wind will blow them all over the place, or sap sacks. I use sacks now instead of buckets. But yeah, spring's a busy time. And I got to start taking ash out now because I have a couple 55 gallon barrels I put ash in, because when you take it out, a lot of times you have coals in it and it's hot and it takes a while for that to burn out. So what I'll do is put it in there, let it cool down, burn out, and then fill up a couple of metal pails. I got 5 gallon pails, take them out and put it all over the grass because everything's melted now. No snow, no ice. So I can put that stuff all over the grass. And then when it comes up, grass comes up this spring, that ash does wonders for gardens and lawns. Wonders. Also, I use it to put on ice out in the driveway for traction, and also the black charcoal that's in it attracts the sunlight, warms it up, and melts the ice. And also, you can sift the charcoal out of the ash itself. And you should use hardwood ash, but any ash will work, and make lye soap. So you put water through the ash. You know, you got a bucket with a drain on the bottom. You put water through that ash, and that liquid is I forget which acid it is. But you add that with lard. And I have 5 gallon or 5 pounds of lard out there in the freezer, and make soap, lye soap. It's still the best soap of any soap I've ever used. Yeah, it's a little harsh on the skin, but so what? Cottonwood doesn't smoke any more than anything else, but it's like, what do they call that? Cotton dust? They have a nickname for cottonwood because it burns so fast. I can't remember what the stove guy told me, but and I know it burns fast. It's a real soft wood, and it laid there for 2 years before I cut it up and split it. And then when I did, it was kind of punky a lot of places, but I put it in the shed anyway because I had a lot of it, and it'll burn. I know that, but man, it makes a lot of ash. Man. Yes, Angry. I need a SR71 yet, and I don't think you ever did a DC3. I would like to have a DC3. 4 engine, the 2 engine, 2 engine, C47 or DC3. But I jumped out of a number of them. I think they're a great aircraft. I mean, they're still using them to this day. A lot of people in cartels use them to run drugs because they're a cheaper aircraft, and you can always ditch a plane and write them off. Yeah, stupid ass fake gas plate. I had one of those out in Illinois when we had our house out there. I hated that thing. Never used it. I actually capped the chimney because I had coons in it at one time and I had to trap them out. So I capped it after that. And we never used it. We just never used the fireplace, not the gas. And it was hooked up to the house gas, the natural gas. Didn't want it. So, and then when we moved here, my father-in-law and mother-in-law lived here. This is where my wife was raised. And he put a wood-burning stove onto, which it's separate from the furnace, but it's hooked up. The hot air blows into the furnace, the LP furnace, and the fan in the LP furnace circulates the air from there. You turn the heat down on the LP furnace to like 62, 64. You turn the thermostat up on the wood furnace to 72 or 74, where it's comfortable. And then if you don't put any wood in and it falls, then the gas will come on, take over. So you got a gas backup. And I have that on my wood burner that I have outside now, but I also have gas backup on the wood burning furnace itself with 100-pound tanks because if you let the fire die in there and it gets too cold, because that's a hydroponic, it heats a water jacket that circulates water down to that radiator in the furnace downstairs. That will actually freeze. So you need something to keep the heat on. And I have a gas backup there. So if the heat ever falls below 60, then the gas comes on. So I got to back up both ways. We don't use the one in the house now because I got the one outside. And the chance of chimney fires is a lot less outside. And even if you have a chimney fire outside, I had one. I just watched it burn because why not? Not touching anything, doesn't matter. So let it burn that creosote out. I had one in the house, and that's why I decided not to use the one in the house anymore. It wasn't bad. It was just at the bottom of the tea clean out. That creosote that fell down from the brushing of the chimney and stuff, that caught fire. And it was smoking and on fire. And so we had to put the fire out in the wood box. Had to put fire extinguisher down from the roof. And it was still smoking. Couldn't figure out why until I took the bottom of that clean off tea off and I could see what was smoking. So I thought better to have the chimney fire outside where it doesn't matter rather than in a chimney running through my house. Even though it's double walled insulated pipe. No, I don't have the SR71. All right, very good. Let's do it while silver's cheap, should we? I don't know. What's silver going to do? I didn't even look today. I have no idea if it's 72 or 82. I have no idea. So I'll go back out to the shed sometime this afternoon and look at my pores, see what I got. Because I'm going to have to take some of this stuff out there as soon as I get it in on the inventory sheet. But see, Mutiny, I got a few from. Haley Bug, I got a few. I can't think of all of the different guys that pour that I have. SGT, I got one of his or two of his. Shit. I have some more. I just can't name them all. The Jags here? Hey, Jags. I was kind of wondering about that with you, Angry. What is today? Thursday? And no, it's Friday. And you are not working, or are you on a lunch break or something? Or you actually have a day off? You actually have a day off? Maybe 3-day weekend? 10 days. 10 frickin' days. Al didn't do nothing. I'm talking about AI, buddy. I got a message in my inbox from Money Metals Exchange about that Chinese AI bot guy on YouTube and how he's dispensing false information or half leading truth. Yeah, some maybe, but you got to do your own research. You take everything you hear on the internet with a grain of salt anyway. So you have to, you can't take anything at face value, anything. You guys fighting amongst yourselves. No, I'm trying to work a deal with MLZB. He has that 10-ounce Canadian flying owl. And I want that because I don't have a 10-ounce coin in my collection. I have some 5 ounces, but I don't have a 10-ouncer. I have 10-ounce Canadian bars, but I don't have a coin. And so I brought the gold in that he wanted, and I was searching through, and I made him an offer. He wanted one 1/10-ounce gold eagle, which I got. And then he wanted Grammys of some type, and I'm not sure if you wanted them for auction items, if you wanted them for giveaways, or he's not collecting it, I'm sure. And I got all kinds of little Grammy bars and half grams, but he hasn't gotten back to me yet. So I put everything away. I put everything in there. I got everything written down, what I have. So then we can start making a deal. Salt mine? Salt mine? Am I a salt mine? I'd like to live near a salt mine, but I'm not a salt mine. I might be in a salt mine. I might be that, but I'm not really like that. So I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying. Oh, yes, you have to take things with a grain of salt. Now I see where you're coming from. No, I don't believe a goddamn thing I read. What the old man always tell me, my stepdad? Believe nothing of what you hear and only half of what you see. So there you go. Truer words were never spoken. He also, he was full of little wisdoms. He had one, he used to say, I got to put a foot up. My back is killing me since I skunned that coyote. That thing really kicked my ass. And that's why I quit skinning. The arthritis in the hands, holding on to hides and pulling, got so bad that I couldn't grip anymore. I just couldn't grip. And I could still shoot pistol, but I use both hands, and it's a little bit different because you're not constantly gripping and pulling. Because you got to grip and pull with one hand, you got to cut with the other, or you're using both hands to pull, one or the other. I don't know. A lot of you guys are city folks, never lived on a farm or did any kind of fur hunting or trapping or whatever. But skinning animals is something I did for many, many years as a part-time job. I skinned for Johnson Fur Company in Wilmer, Minnesota, when I lived up there. I skinned for them for 2 years. And then I had my own business out in Chicago, Nuisance Wildlife Business. That was a side business. And I have been trapping fur since I was 13, 14 years old. And then when we moved to southern Iowa, to Washington, Iowa, I skinned for the Dua Fur Company. And I skinned for him for, how long we lived down there? 7, 8 years. I trained one whole batch of new guys how to skin. And the reason people like to have me come and skin for them is because I will skin anything. There are other people who won't skin something with scent glands. A mink has scent glands. Otters do that, but weasels, mink, all the mustelids, skunks. At one time, we could trap civet cats. Now we can't because they're threatened or endangered here in Iowa. So they call them a spotted skunk or a civet cat. It's not actually a civet cat; it's a spotted skunk. And then you got the regular striped skunks, and people wouldn't skin them, and I'll skin them. I know where the glands are at. It only takes once to hit one, and you learn. So. Oh man, a 38-day vacation, wonderful. You know, I don't think when I was working that we ever took a vacation longer than a week, I think. We didn't when our children were growing up. We would do 3-day trips to Adventureland or to other theme parks. But we don't live close to anything. There's one in Des Moines, Iowa. That's a 3-hour drive. There's one up in Minnesota by the Twin Cities. That's another 3-hour drive. Chicago from here is like 7 or 8 hours. Omaha, that's another hour and a quarter, hour and a half from Des Moines. So that's 4.5 hours. Kansas City's a good 7 hours away. Minneapolis, St. Paul is 3 hours away, but what do you got to do up there? There's a Mall of America you can go see. What else? There are a couple of places where you can go to concerts, but you don't take young kids to concerts. I don't anyway, or I didn't. I wait till they were in their teens to do that. So we would take them on weekend trips. I took them to, we did a 4-day, 3-day actually. If the Iowa or the National Trappers Association rendezvous get-togethers were close, we went to all of those. One of my girls got she won a contest, the youngest trap setter. My wife won the skillet toss one year. I tried to get in a trap setting contest, but I never placed. But anyway, those are little trips that we would take when kids were young. I and the wife, before we had kids, we made a trip to Disneyland in Florida, but only because we were skydiving at the time, and we went to Zephyr Hills or DeLand. We went to both to make skydives with a couple that were friends of ours. They were going, so we went with them. But I've never had a 38-day vacation, ever. And they say that, and I worked for the federal government, so as a civilian employee. So they say that all those federal workers get all those holidays off. Yeah, they do. And you can build up vacation time, but you can only build up 30 days. That's it. If you don't use it, it's gone after the year. So you have to use it. And at that time, I was either skydiving as a tandem instructor or accelerated free fall instructor. And I would go out and work, go out the drop zone and work. So vacations are something I didn't do, usually working during vacation. Something that I enjoy doing, but it's still work. 2 days, 2 nights, 12, yeah. And then you get tagged for overtime. And they only get rougher as you get older. Mm-hmm. The last 2 years I was working, I retired at 56. The last 2 years that I was working, I didn't give a shit about anything. My body, well, because I was in the reserves too at the time, my body was just broken, buddy, just broken. And I knew that retirement was coming up, and I just didn't care. So don't get that way. No, I really wanted this one, Angry. This Swiss, because I didn't have that one. If you got any different ones, please let me know. Or if you get any different ones. This is the Golden West. And that is the Tetons. And I got the Swiss Alps one. And I don't know how many different ones they made of Rolos, but the rollers are cool. I have a couple of the rounds too that has that same side on. But I would like to get some of their bars. They had 1 ounce bars, 5 ounce bars. If you do the research and look them up, Swiss of America was a neat mint. And who'd they get bought out by? Oh, God, no. Shit, now I forget who they got bought out by, but that was good. And I did need that Bison privy. I didn't have that privy. I'm getting there. One of these days, I'll have 40 of those Canadian privies. One of these days. And that'll be about half of them. That'll be about half of them. because who's got the other half, or who's got all of them blocked? Tarragonsu's got them all. And he said there's 80 some of them he's got. So maybe one of these days, how long have we been on? About an hour. Yeah, that's about good enough. I checked the outside wood burner when I came in. I put a wheelbarrow and a half of cottonwood in there last night, and there's still a couple pieces that are burning in there yet. The rest is charcoal. The heat was still up to 175 because that's where I got the temperature ceiling at. And I'm not going to put any wood in until later this evening. Let that stuff burn down and burn out. I stirred the coals around a little bit. So we'll see. Oh, man. Oh, my back killing me. Jags, where do you live? Are you in Washington State, or you're just a fan of Washington State? Because Angry, I know where Angry lives. You two get together and fight her out, or what? Oh, this spring, you guys aren't going to know me at all. You see the hair? All his hair is going to get cut off. I'm going to get buzz cut. Trim beard. Beard's going to get trimmed, not length, but all of this stuff under here. That's all going to get trimmed. All of this. Mustache is going to stay, except it's going to get trimmed over the lip. That's it. But I will look completely different. Border of Oregon, huh? Okay. I see. Well, that'd be a little bit too much of a trip to go down and kick Anger's ass, or all the way around, and then you have to drive home sore after that. That's funny. I like this community. All the shit back and forth. It's fun. It's just fun. A lot of times I just sit here at night and I'm doing whatever I'm doing on the desk and I just listen. It would be worth it though. And I just listen, and especially when Meg's on. When Meg's on a stream, God, I can't help but laugh at her. When her and yeah, oh, Gremlin were on together, and they would get on somebody together, or oh, that was hilarious. It's and I see Gremlins on Facebook posting, but um, haven't seen her up on Community any place, and I would like to see her come back up. But did she not? I thought, did she not get back with her ex? I thought that's what it looked like, but package. You got a package? Muscle Show, you got a package? What are you talking about? I got a package. Two of them today. One from Angry, one from MLZB and Jenny. We did good. We did good today. I still have, I know you're trying to give Angry a boner. I know I still have 3 ASCs I bought from MLZB, and I know I got, what did I buy last night? I bought some from Cash Money, I think. No, yeah. Not sure. It was a quarter ounce Reckless, I think. One that was, I think there was only like 10 or 20 of them made. And I thought I got it fairly cheap. I mean, if you multiply it by 4, then no, it's not cheap. But for a quarter ounce, yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Muscle Show likes to come on, say something, and he doesn't talk much, but he's listening. Aren't you, Muscle Show? You're listening. If anybody needs anything, and I have some mint sets down there. I don't think they're silver. I think they're clay. Let me look. Just let me look. I don't normally have these out, but I got them under the table here. What do we got? Let's look and see what we got here. We got an 88 uncirculated mint set with all the cards and everything, and oh, you son of a gun, you. A good catch, man. I caught him right between my legs. Good catch. Well, these both P's and D's, yeah. And you got all that cardboard and paperwork and stuff that came from the mint in there. So you got an 86, 88, and then you got an 86 P&D. And that's got all the cardboard in yet. You got 2 pennies in here. All the pertinent information, all of that stuff. And here's a 86, here's an 84 mint set. All the cardboard, all the information. P's and D's. Okay. I know. Come on. There you go. And then we got a, what is this one? It's a 64. And that one was open right there. So this one's a silver set. Yeah, that one's a silver set. I don't know. Let's see, mint mark on this. You know, it's really hard in here without light. Oh man, those are some nice coins too. Must be a P because I don't see a mint mark. And you got all the cardboard that you want. Yep, that's a P. That's what the little dealy whacker says anyway. And then what I got here, I got 96, 97, 98 green mint sets. So I got some insets, and like you guys know, I'm not a collector of American stuff. I really am not. But I got this stuff um, cheap enough, and so that's what I do. And then you got this little case here. If anybody wants to put a $50 in that, but it's just odd size, just an odd size. And I got these Canadian penny books. Some of them have pennies in. There's a nickel book. What I did was I filled my book with what was in there that I needed, and then I took all of that. The rest of it, it's going someplace. It's going someplace. And again, I have my cigar boxes too. So I've got the girl with no name. I've got Dominicana. And these are all Deadwood Tobacco Company. These are the 6 girls. I've only got 4 of them here now, but and there's Fat Bottom Betty. And what I like about these is that open up Betty is the artwork that's inside the lid. All of them. There's Fat Bottom Betty, and then we got what's this one? This is Crazy Alice. Oh, there's Crazy Alice. And there she is inside. See, that's what I like about these boxes. They have nice artwork on them. And there are 6 of these girls. There's Leather Rose and there's Sweet Jane yet that I don't have. I've smoked them. I just don't have them right now. I've given a couple of these away to, I think Jenna's got one. Somebody else. One of our other lady stackers wanted one too. And so I took it upon myself just to send them the box. I didn't charge them. They just wanted one, so I gave it to them. But normally they cost about $5-6 to buy them and $5-6 to send them. But they're wood cigar boxes. They're nice. They got great artwork on them. That's what I like about them. Deadwood Tobacco Company. Most of their cigars are sweet, like a Swisher Sweet. There's a little sweet aftertaste to them, which is okay every once in a while. The Dominicanas are the ones that have very little sweet to them. So you sold, huh? Yes, if you bought silver to sell, short term, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. However, mine's long term, and I don't plan on selling ever. I plan on giving it to my 3 kids. Another 10 years, they'll be all of them will be entering their 40s in 10 years. And if I die in 15, they'll be 45, 50, right? 45-ish. And if I live to be another 20 years, then they'll be in their 50s. And I die and they inherit. And if they're smart, they won't cash it. They won't spend it. They'll take a stepped up basis. They'll pay over a 10-year certain as far as income tax goes. And they'll come away with some money if they do that. I left them instructions on how to do that. Yeah. Well, if it's a survival move, that's what you buy it for, as a savings account, right? That's what you buy it for. I mean, that's why I buy it. I don't keep money in the bank. I really do not. All of my income, my retirement checks and Social Security and stuff, has to go to the bank. Has to go to the bank. Electronic funds transfer. Okay. And I have a savings account, and I keep about $1,000 in there, or 2,000, just in case of something. Just in case. I don't like to keep more than that. If I keep more cash than that anywhere, I'll keep it here. But I don't want money in a savings account, 20, 30, $40,000 in a savings account. I just don't want that. So I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid, but I don't think that's a wise idea. How do rich people stay rich? How do they pass their fortunes on to their heirs? A lot of them do it with whole life insurance because that's not counted as income. When, say, my girls would split a whole life policy for me, that is not counted as income for them. So at 73, when I have to start taking income from my annuity, required minimum distributions, I can take it either from my annuity side, which is a life insurance side, and just turn that over, switch it right over because it's an insurance company, and buy life insurance with that. As I have, and when that's done, if I start taking metals, I will take the required minimum distribution in metal from the vault and pay the income tax on what it's worth at the time that I take it out. That's it. That's my plan. Don't know if that's a good plan, but it's a plan. And if I have to, and I've had to once now, or twice I sold gold because I had bills. I had a $20,000 roof I had to put on. Okay, well, I didn't have much cash. So I sold a little gold. And then I had a credit card bill that was getting a little bit big. So I sold a little gold and paid that off. But that's what you buy it for. When you buy it is as a savings account. If you have to use it, you use it. And if you don't have to use it, make it sit there. Yeah. It's happened to me twice now in the last, what? Let's see, when I retired, 85, since 2005, 2015, 2000, in the last 30 years. Yeah. Two times in the last 30 years. So I didn't think that was too bad. Most often, I haven't had to take it out of there. If I've had to get another vehicle, it's always been a used vehicle, always, over 10 years old. I'll take a bank loan out for that, pay that off ahead of time. That's not a big deal. I don't like touching the metals unless I absolutely have to. So I don't know. Good plan, bad plan. It's my plan. So, and you say, Gary, how come you're not leaving that to your wife? Well, she gets everything else just about. The girls get the guns, of course, but and the gun related stuff, scopes and shells and all that shit. But my wife gets the property, half of my retirement. So she's set, and when she retires, she can make a decision whether she wants to take her Social Security or mine if I'm dead, and whichever one's greater. So she has options. Yeah, but like I say, Muscle Show, it's you dollar cost average on the way up. You also dollar cost average on the way down, and you make money both ways, high or low. So I don't know. That's the way I look at it. Okay, we're at an hour. I think that's plenty. We ran out of things to say, except that I think AI is going to be the death of the human race, the extinction of the human race. It's coming. It's not going to be in our lifetime. I don't think it's going to be in our kids' lifetime, but grandkids' lifetime, it sure might be. So I don't know. I see a I see a future where uh, the human race has to escape this planet because the thinking, reasoning AI bots have taken over this world and is exterminating humans, and we got to get out of here in order to save our race. I see that future. If they don't get a hold of AI now, that's what'll happen. So, all right, we're done. That's it. We're going to end this one. I'm going to go back outside and talk to my cat. Peace out, man. We'll see you later.